good morning. It's always a good morning. It's always a good morning. A lot of craziness happening at Pachas. Where do we study? Where do we work? Pachas, and we love it. But talking about tests, mea culpa. I cannot criticize anybody because I'm the first one that does it. And we have to be coherent in life, always. And as you probably noticed, the English test also took 90 minutes. And I think I took your break too?
Yes.
And the break of 10A. So there's something that I'm fighting for in a good way. When I say fighting, we had a meeting on Thursday. That's why we didn't have tutorials. I'm sorry. Always Thursday now meetings, and hopefully we can get back to tutorials next week. I was telling Soraya and everyone, why don't we go back to what we did a few years ago, where we had the test the first 2 hours?
Yes.
And 2 hours of test. If there were 2 tests, then the first 4 hours for the test, and then schedule, or because everyone needs 2 hours. Almost everyone, let's face it. In theory, we have to have the test in 40, 50 minutes. And I think that's been impossible, especially at this level. Maybe in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, but in 10th and 11th grade, no way. But the problem is being very realistic, because everyone says, no, I do it in my class, 40, 50 minutes. That's not true. So I said, look, everybody, I took almost 2 hours. I'm sure you did the same and you did the same, but no one told the truth. I don't like that. Come on, we need 2 hours for a test. So I'm keep on fighting. Henry agrees with me, and I think Julio will agree with me after this, that we need 2 hours. So let's see what happens next period. And I know you girls are tired and don't have too much concentration, but yesterday we lost the class, didn't we?
No.
Or we didn't, it was not with you?
Yes, it was the TOEFL class.
The TOEFL class. Yes, and today's another TOEFL class. We lost the one in computers. So at least 25 minutes, 30 minutes of TOEFL is necessary. So this is how we're going to reorganize things to adapt. Today we're going to work the integrated task, listening and speaking. Remember that last time we did reading, listening, speaking. So now we're going to do the other task, which is only listening and speaking. No problem. And then I want you to go to page 223 in the new edition. I think 215. Old edition, but there are many tasks that are happening in these weeks. So reminders. Pink Floyd The Wall, the 20 questions. Discussion will be day 2, which is our next class. Because day 1 on Monday, we don't have class. So day 2, we're going to get into groups and have an interesting discussion about the 20 questions to help you prepare for your final essay. Okay, which is the following week, the final essay. So that's day 2. Also next week, the last part of your test, the Partner's Tale, Geoffrey Chaucer. We did most of it. I think most of you ended up finishing the reading. So you're almost there. Simply, I want to maybe show you, I have an editing exercise that summarizes the story. Remember the videos I showed you? I will try to find sometime next week to show you in class. And on the weekend, the 3-day weekend, you have those days to present the last part of your test. It should take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes at home, so you must keep the literature book next week here. Don't take it home. And then on Friday, you can take it home, and you have 3 days to present the 30-minute quiz. Okay?
The quiz is not this.
No, no, because we need the book for next week. So don't take the book. No, it's better next week. You girls have other things to study right now. So the next 3-day holiday, I'm sorry to steal from you 30 minutes, but it's better to take it at home with the book and very calm.
Is going to be part of the
That's part of the test. That's 20 points, and that's part of the test. That's what's missing. But I also want to finish showing you the videos and all that, so you'll have a very deep understanding of a very interesting poem. As I said before, it's more a short story than a poem. Yeah, so that's happening next week. What else? Today, remember, was the deadline, really was yesterday in our TOEFL computer class, the deadline of the integrated essays. I've corrected, raised hands to the girls that we already corrected together. Many of you, yes, many of you here, but well done. I think I made this reflection. You girls are really writing well. All the grades were like 25, 26, 24, 28, 29, 30, etc., etc. 30s, we have 30s. Who got 30 over 30? I remember you got it, Daniela had 30, Sarita got 30, yes, I remember. So it's becoming a habit now, the way you're writing. Have you noticed? It's becoming a habit. It's not difficult for you girls to do well, so that's why the TOEFL test, you're going to do fantastic. But keep it humble, as I always say, thank you, because if not, that's arrogance, and we don't want to be arrogant, and we have to keep on practicing. You remember, you don't have to wait until I assign a task for you to write. You can do what Maria Jose Plata did last year and wrote like 40 essays, and I'll always correct them for you. But minimum is this one about the company. Remember about the A.O. Smith Company?
Yeah.
So these I will correct later at lunchtime. I'll show you. And at lunchtime, if you want to look for me, we'll do the corrections together. Am I almost finished with the publicity? Then class over. TOEFL registration. I talked to Zoraida this morning, and it's still not confirmed, the ICFES. Still not confirmed. Though it's almost 100% sure that it's February, so we're going to do things backwards this year. Better maybe for a preparation. And TOEFL is going to be taken in March.
Yes.
So can you do me a favor, whoever can do that tonight, I would appreciate. I would love to do it, but my university work will not allow me to do it. So who can help me out tonight checking the registration if March is available? Because right now I think February is available, but you're not going to take the TOEFL in February. So can anyone quickly tonight take a look?
Yes.
And tell me if the dates in Bogota for March are available, and we'll decide what day we can take it. I would say she is okay. Huh?
No, you would just look for TOEFL, and there appears like Bogota.
And then very recommended where Lina Marin took the test, which by the way she said she did really well. We're probably expecting 110, probably. CNG, Colegio Nueva Granada, my ex-school. It's a good place to present it. I understand that in Chia it's okay too. So wherever you want. So tomorrow's Saturday. On Monday we talk about the best day to present, hopefully all of us together, probably the first or second week of March. And ICFES will be first this time. Okay, having said that, if you see page 223, where it says speaking skill 13, note the main points as you listen, or page 215 in the old edition, am I correct?
Yes.
In class over there we read this together, but I don't have time to do that with you. But I don't think you need it, because you know how it works. Simply there's a listening passage. The first one that you're going to get is a conversation in campus. A man, a woman, talking about something related to university life. And then you listen, and then whatever they ask you, you have to simply say, in the listening passage they discuss whatever, topic, sentence, and then the main ideas, no matter what they ask you. Then the other one will be a lecture on something scientific or something academic, a long lecture. They'll ask you a question and then the same thing. You have to give a topic, sentence, and the main ideas. So if you are interested in reading the blah, 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 all the theory, page 223, keep on going, 224, 225, 226, it's there for you. 227, plan before you speak. All that is there for you. You have your book, use it. But right now, let's go to page 229. Speaking skill 15, make the response. 229 in the old edition, make the response. 220, perfect. And I need one volunteer to read quickly, Sarita. And then two volunteers. Go, one.
After you have planned your response, you need to make your response. As you make your response, you should think about the following three things. First, you should start with a topic statement. Second, you should support the topic statement. And third, you should use transitions to show how the ideas are related.
And then they show you this plan that you never have time to write all that, you simply just write some words. And then there's something that I don't agree with the book, but at least the idea, yes. Read the sample answer.
In this listening passage, two students discuss a problem of the man is having and the woman's reaction to it.
Of course, you don't know what they're talking about, but we don't have time.
It's really different in the other.
Yes, we'll read it in a second. Continue.
First, the man explains that he has the problem that he is missing his economy class on Fridays because he is on the baseball team and he travels to away games on Fridays. Then, after the woman understands
This problem.
she suggests that he change to a different section of economics class, on that
one
that does not meet on Friday.
You see that they don't put the S there because it's a subjunctive form. We saw that last year, if you remember. See, she suggests that he, and that's without the S there, so it's perfectly okay. You're supposed to speak 1 minute. That would last about
30 seconds.
maximum, even if you delay it, 30 seconds. So anyway, the idea is there, but it's 1 minute talking. Well, it's very different. Or just the first part. Okay. Here you don't say in this set of
Materials.
no, because there's no set of materials. Quickly, Vale, the chart.
Okay, making the response.
The following chart.
The following chart outlines the key information you should remember about making the response. Making the response. Topic. Start your response with a topic statement that states the main point of the response. Support. Include details to support the topic statement. Transitions. Use transitions to show how the ideas in the response are related.
Okay, passage number 1. Are you ready? Take notes. Listen to the passage. On a piece of paper, take notes on the main points of the listening passage. No. Yes, correct. For now,
This is the conversation, right?
yes. This is the conversation. You take notes, and then I'm going to ask you question 1 on page 228.
Which page?
Page 228. We are on in the new edition. Okay, so a woman will start talking to a man. I have to raise my voice, okay? Hey, Alan. No, I'm sorry. Rewind. I got the wrong one. Rewind. The man starts talking, and then the woman answers. Hey there, how are you doing? Oh, just fine, thanks. Listen, can I ask you a question? Sure, about what? About the course Cultural History of the United States. Oh yeah, that's a great class. I took it last year. And you really enjoyed it? I did. I took it with Dr. Abbott. I really enjoyed his course. I'm glad. Listen, I saw that 2 different professors are teaching the course next quarter, and I was wondering if you could recommend one of them. It sounds like you enjoyed Dr. Abbott's course and would recommend him. I did enjoy Dr. Abbott's class, but, well, it's not for everyone. What do you mean? It's not for everyone? Oh, I really enjoyed it, but not everyone did. Why not? In Dr. Abbott's course, we didn't need to memorize a lot of details. That sounds good. And there was a lot of interesting discussion. That sounds good too. Why were some of the students unhappy with the course? It was the exams. The exams were all essay questions. Some people didn't like that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like that either. By the way, do you know anything about the other professor who teaches the same course, Dr. Becker? Do you know anything about Dr. Becker's course? Is it just like Dr. Abbott's course? I've heard it's really different. Dr. Becker's a lot more concerned about details. She really concentrates on the details. Do you know what her exams are like? Are they essay exams like Dr. Abbott's? I've heard that her exams are all multiple choice. There aren't any essays. That part of it sounds good to me, but memorizing a lot of details doesn't. The lively discussion in Dr. Abbott's course also sounds good, but the essay exams don't. I've got to think about this some more before I make a decision, but thanks for your help. Question number 1. How does the woman seem to feel about the information she gets from the man? It's on page 228. How does the woman seem to feel about the information she gets from the man? You have 20 seconds to plan your response, and then pick volunteer 1 to speak for 1 minute. Yes?
We only answered one question, or...
Yes, sorry. I should have not said question number 1. I made a mistake there. It's just a question.
Okay.
You got it? So 30 seconds starting now. Plan. Stop. Volunteer 1, get ready. Hopefully everyone's in pairs. Yes? Everyone in pairs? Yes. Good. And if there's a trio, no, there's no need for a trio. There's no need. Okay, perfect. Remember, 60 seconds. When there are 15 seconds left, I will scream it out loud. 1, 2, 3. 15 seconds. Stop. Feedback, quickly.
But you said like much type
I have much singular, many plural.
I
Exactly.
don't remember
In first place. Or in the first place. Both are possible. Both are possible. Okay, volunteer 2, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Fifteen seconds. Stop. With the clock, of course, in front of you will be much easier to handle the time. Quick feedback. Comfortable or uncomfortable.
You can say don't and neither together, right? Because we're double.
Either double negative. To avoid double negatives. Exactly. Okay. Here is the sample answer from the book. I'm going to read it, compare what you did with the sample. It says here, in the listening passage, the woman learns about the teaching styles of two professors and states what she thinks about the two styles. The woman wants to know about two different professors who teach the same course. She learns that Dr. Abbott has a lot of interesting discussions and gives essay exams, and that Dr. Becker concentrates on details and gives multiple choice exams. After the woman learns about the two professors, she comes to the conclusion that interesting discussions sound good, but essay exams do not. And that concentration on details doesn't sound good, but multiple choice exams do. How did you do? I mean, it's just a sample answer, it doesn't have to be like that. I bet you your answer was even better, or more detailed, or no? Passage 2, are you ready? The question is, am I ready? Wait. Yes, I am. Okay. Here we go. No one has presented the test yet, no? Here, no.
Raquel.
Raquel, when did she take? She took it when? But not at all.
Yes, she presented like 2 weeks ago.
Ah, she did?
Yes.
She hasn't gotten the results?
Yes.
Tell us.
Nothing.
I don't know if she likes anyone else.
But it's good?
Yeah,
Yes.
really good.
Good. You should
Really good.
Oh, of course. Good, excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Why did I say that? Because then the people that maybe present that, next year when we keep on working TOEFL, the days of TOEFL, I'm going to kind of like assign something else to do make maybe more interesting for them to do, because it's kind of like painful to go through this having already presented it. But I do want them to do something. And also in these kind of exercises, I can use that person to help me be a teacher too.
No, but this kind of exercise, I'm not worried.
No, they're not that
No,
bad.
they're not.
That's my favorite part.
You girls are angels, what can I say? Okay, you're angels. Passage 2. Did I say passage 2? Exercise 2. A woman starts talking to a man. Hey Alan, are you going to the game tonight? Oh, I can't, Anne. I have an exam on Friday and I need to study for it. It's too bad you're going to miss the game. It's going to be a great one. You should have studied earlier so that you could go to the game, you know? Yeah, I wish I had, but I didn't. And now I've got to spend tonight and tomorrow reviewing my notes. It takes that much time for you to review your notes? I know it shouldn't take that much time, but it does. Why does it, do you think? Well, when I'm in class, I think I take really good notes. I mean, I think I understand what the professor's talking about. And I write down lots of stuff. It all makes sense at the time. But then it's usually a few weeks until there's an exam. And when I go back to my notes from a few weeks earlier, the notes don't make any sense. That's why it takes so much time for me to review my notes. The notes from a weeks ago, the ones that I thought were so good, just don't make sense after a few weeks. So it takes a lot of time to sort them out. You see what my problem is? I think I understand what your problem is, and even better, I think I know what you could do to solve the problem. You do? What? I think the most important thing I do right after I take notes during a lecture is to go over the notes and reorganize them. Really? You do that? I do. I think that one of the most important things my high school advisor told me about university studies, and about lecture notes in particular, was to never let them get cold. What she meant was that you shouldn't just take notes during class and forget about the notes for a while until the last minute before an exam. Instead, you should review the notes within a day or so, review them and organize them if necessary. Is that what you do? Yes. And it saves me so much time because it's much easier to prepare for exams this way. I guess it can't hurt me to give it a try with the lectures that are coming up. But right now, I need to go to prepare for the exam on Friday. So you can't go to the game? I really do wish I could, but I can't. Question.
It's between a man and a woman.
Yes. Sorry, it's much
Who has
easier.
the problem? The men?
The man.
And she has the solution.
Yes, of course. Absolutely,
Yes,
of course. So question number 2. It'll be much easier with the CD, of course. How does the woman suggest that the man change his study habits? 20 seconds to plan the response. How does the woman suggest that the man change his study habits? Okay, volunteer 1, get ready. No, volunteer 2, get ready. Volunteer 2, of course, no? 1, 2, 3, go. Ten seconds. Stop. Feedback. Sorry, I kind of like did not manage the clock. Feedback. Volunteer 1, get ready. Volunteer 1 when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3, go. 15 seconds. Stop. Feedback, please. Okay. Sample from the book. Sample from the book. Compare what you did with the book. In this listening passage, the woman offers a suggestion to the man to help him solve a problem he's having, and the man reacts to her suggestion. The situation is that the man is unable to go to a big game because he needs to review his notes before an exam. The woman suggests, attention, that the man review and reorganize his notes soon after taking them, and that he not wait until just before an exam to review his notes. The use of the subjunctive all the time, no? After this discussion, the man decides that he can try this method with his notes in the future, but that he needs to review his old notes now, and he cannot go to the game. How did you do? Last exercise before we go, or I go. Passage 3. Here we go. Ready? The woman starts talking to the man. Hi, Mike. Do you have a moment? I'd like to talk about something. I'd like to talk with you about something. Sure, Nikki. I have a few minutes before I have to head over to my next class. What's your question? It's about independent study. About an independent study project with Dr. Lee. You did an independent study project last year, and you did your project with Dr. Lee, didn't you? I sure did. You have a question about it? I do. I'd like to know what it's like. I mean, how to do a good job of it. Well, maybe I'm not the best person to talk about this because I didn't do a very good job on my project. I don't think so. Well, then maybe you can talk with me about what not to do and how not to do a project. Oh, now that's my area of expertise. I can tell you about what you shouldn't do. Okay. Well, first of all, and most important, you need to work on your project regularly. You will only have meetings with Dr. Lee once a month. What I did was to not do any work on my project for about 3.5 weeks each month, and then I'd spend a couple of days just before meeting with Dr. Lee working on nothing but my project. That certainly doesn't sound like the best way to do a project like this. I need to work on the project throughout each month before I meet with Dr. Lee instead of putting all the work off until the last few days of each month. That makes sense. Okay, what else can you tell me to help me with the project, or what else can you tell me not to do? Let's see. Okay, something else you should keep in mind, and I had trouble with this too when I was working on my project, is that it's an independent study project. So it means that you work on the project independently. It also means that you determine the direction your research will take. Dr. Lee doesn't do that. What do you mean exactly? Well, I kept expecting Dr. Lee to tell me what I should do next. But he expected me to figure out what I should do and then discuss it with him. Oh, I see now. I need to take charge of figuring out the direction the project should take and not expect Dr. Lee to do that. Exactly. Think about these things if you decide to work on an independent study project with Dr. Lee. Then you should be able to do a much better job than I did. Question number 3. How does the man respond to the woman's question about an independent study project? Everyone 20 seconds, and then everyone to finish the class will do it at the same time.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, no, although it doesn't really matter, the question is, how does the man respond to the woman's question about an independent study project? Well, it matters in quotation marks, as long as you give the main ideas of the passage. When I count to 3, everyone 1 minute, then class over, and God bless you all. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. Bye, girls. Ciao.